Hey guys, welcome back to A and B levels. This is going to be the last of the A and B levels. This time we're going to be going as Gamma, but before we do, I just wanted to give a quick little update on the whole kitchen situation. The sound quality might be a little better, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I think it still sounds a little echoey, but I think it is a little better because I basically finished tearing out my kitchen like completely. So like my kitchen is now completely empty, completely empty, apart from a few things that I'm going to need for the next few days. You know, I kept my toaster, I kept my microwave in there, but I tore everything else out pretty much. So all my pans, pots, cutlery, plates, everything is all torn out now and put into the back storage room. Yeah, basically I've got all my tea and coffee stuff, my kettle, my tea, coffee. I've got all of that in the recording room right now, but my fridge is in my living room. So yeah, my kitchen's completely gutted at this point, ready for the big day. So the sound quality might be better, it might be worse, I don't know. I think it might, it still sounds really echoey, don't get me wrong, but it might be just a little bit better because I've got the fridge in here because, well, I don't know. We'll have to see. But, yeah, it's still, whether it's better or not, it still sounds very, very echoey, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick little update on that. But, we're now gonna go into the A and B levels for Gamma, starting out with the B levels, starting out with Final Egg. Okay. Okay, so basically the B level for Gamma is it's pretty much the same thing we did for Sonic and Tails and Amy. Basically, just gather 50 rings and then complete your objective. You don't have to worry too much about the targets. Just worry more about rings than anything. And this is again, it's pretty easy to get all the rings as there's lots of capsules here. So yeah, there's capsules absolutely everywhere. So you don't need to worry too much. As you can see, we already have the exact amount we need. But, yeah, 69. Oh god, that was close. So, yeah, there's capsules absolutely everywhere, so you don't need to worry too much. And I think there's even a spring somewhere around here, which will take you there. There's a spring. So there's a spring here, which will take you up here, which will take you up to where you can get some more rings, I think. Oh, no, it's just targets. But either way, just all you need to do is just gather 50 rings and then just complete your objective.
Mission complete.
Okay, so now moving on to the A levels. So A levels for Gamma are a little bit different. So most A levels is usually completing the objective within a certain time. Except this time the clock is going, it's going backwards this time. So instead of completing the objective within a certain time, it's completing the objective with a certain number of seconds left on the clock, which obviously is a little trickier. It all depends on how many enemies there are, so yeah, just focus on targeting as many things as you possibly can, and you shouldn't have too much trouble, at least not in the earlier ones. But let's begin. Final Egg. Okay, so just target as many things as possible, and you shouldn't have any trouble. Assuming you are targeting everything. It might be a little trickier in later levels, but just target everything and try to build up the... so basically, when you target something, don't release the button right away. wait for the targets to build up, like trying to target as many things as possible, and then release the button once you've got as many things targeted as possible, basically. And that's how you basically do it. It might take you a couple tries, but yeah. It's a good idea to let the seconds build up as well. Okay, next up, Emerald Coast. This one can be a little tricky just because Gamma tends to target everything and it only counts if you target enemies, so this one could be a little trickier here and there. Not too much, but it could be a little trickier. Okay, so again, make sure you target all the enemies. Again, Gamma tends to target random objects which do not count to the time, so that's the only reason it's a little trickier. So again, target all the enemies, target as many enemies as possible, and okay, it's a little trickier. I couldn't get them up there, but you just keep targeting the enemies and you should keep that up and you should eventually get it. See, he targets everything, even the things that don't count. Yeah, only enemies count to actually getting time back. But keep it up and you should eventually get it. It's a little tricky, but you know, enough practice and repetition and you should eventually get it. Or at least in theory. But yeah. Okay, wish me luck. Okay, it's best to wait as well. Yeah, when doing that, it's best to wait for the seconds to actually count up. Otherwise, that could screw you over if you don't do that. I think I need to get into the habit of doing. Missed. Bugger! Finally! Okay, that last one was, again, like I mentioned, a little bit of a pain. It took me like 3 or 4 attempts or something like that. I was very, very tempted to do it off screen, but I got it eventually, so that one was tricky. However, this next one should be a lot easier, mainly because of the big caterpillar things. Anyway, let's go. Okay, this level is a lot easier, mainly because of these things. Just wait, and yeah, you can get a lot of time from these things. And also, I still have the hitbox turned off, mainly for Hot Shelter, because I didn't do too well against the Kikis during the main story. But yeah, just keep doing that, and you shouldn't have any trouble, as there are a lot of these guys in here, so you can get quite a nice lot of time from them. So yeah, just hold the button as you levitate down, and that'll just, yeah, that's also something you get used to. Just holding down the button whilst levitating. That sometimes that takes a bit of practice, but yeah, we've got a lot of time here. So yeah, I'm not too worried about getting this one. This one's easy compared to the last one. But okay. So yeah, just hold down the button whilst levitating. Wait for the seconds to build up. And yeah, now we just need to defeat Delta. Here he is. E103 Delta. It's you know, it's a little bit unfair if he can't harm me, but oh well. Either way, we're done here.
E103 Delta. Rescue complete.
Okay, next up, Red Mountain. Okay, right, so there are a lot of enemies in groups in this one, so yeah, again, we don't have those pink caterpillar things, but we do have enemies in large groups, which is ideally what you want to target. So again, just get all the enemies in groups and then just try and target as many of them as possible. And again, just wait for the seconds to count down like I suggested in the last one. I think this is also something that Emerald Coast suffered from, because there aren't too many enemies and they're not in like large groups like here, so that's made it a little more difficult there as well. And also the fact that he targets things that even things that don't count, which is also annoying as well. Yeah, to be honest, I think that level is way harder than it needs to be. Like if he just had the enemies grouped up like here, I think that level would be a little bit easier. Easier than what it is, definitely. Because that took like, what, 4 or 5 attempts just to get the emblem? Like, jeez, seriously. That level should have been a lot, like, it didn't need to be that difficult. It just, you know, have a few more enemies grouped up, that would have definitely made things more doable. But, yeah. Just same advice before, just target all the enemies in groups, wait for the seconds to count up. Not really much I can say other than that. And there he is. E104 Epsilon, my favorite, or one of my favorites. I like the orange colouring. Okay. And yeah, again, it's a pretty simple boss fight. It's not really, you know, like, pretty easy. You can beat him in seconds, really. And there we go. I have no idea if I've done it or not because I can't count seconds. That's a little bit too specific for me to be able to tell. So I have no idea if I've got this or not.
E104 Epsilon. Rescue complete.
Ah, bugger, I've missed it. Thank God. That didn't take as long as the first time. And finally, last but not least, Hot Shelter. Now, I am a little nervous about going into this one just because I've got a very, very, very bad past with this level. Of if there's ever a level where I've run out of time, it's definitely this one. So I don't have the best track record in my past of this, and also because of how I did with the keys, hence on why I turned off the hitbox. So hopefully that helps out a little bit, but either way, I'm still a little nervous going into this one, but let's just see how it goes. Okay, right. I still can't count the seconds in the timer there, so I've got no idea if I've missed it or not. And the fact that Gamma's silent as well doesn't exactly help. Okay, go down this way as that'll save you, yeah, it's very slow climbing the ladder, so make sure you avoid that. But yeah, again, same advice before, can't really say much other than that. Just, again, avoid climbing the ladder. Take the spring. And yeah, just generally same advice as what I've been giving to all these previous levels, really. Just, target as many things as possible, let the seconds build up. And, yeah. Not really much else I can say. Now, again, so far so good. But the section I'm worried about is coming up. Like, I'm more worried about the train. Because that's usually it's the train that, that gets me. So again, wish me luck. Okay, so there's a few enemies here. I don't think these are here in the DX version. So there's a couple changes here and there. But again, just target the enemies. Target as many groups of enemies as possible. That should help out a lot. But yeah, other than that, I know I sound like a broken record, but that's really all I can say. I can't really give much advice other than what I've already said. I know it's not very helpful, but it is what it is. Okay. Okay, now let's get up here. Get picked up by the claw. Target the groups of enemies on the way. Then jump onto the platform and wait for the claw to pick us up and take us to the train. Okay, now the fun begins. And by fun, I'm being sarcastic. I mean, I am British. Sarcasm's part of our nature. Oh god, I'm getting nervous. Okay, so, right. So, target as many things. There are a few carriages with stuff in that you can target as well. Oh god. Get on here if you can. It is moving very, very fast, but yeah, get onto these carriages if you can. Again, the train's going very fast, so it's a little hard to keep up with, but just target as many things as possible. And oh god, I don't know if the checkpoints are actually helping here or not. Sometimes the checkpoints can help you, but sometimes they can also screw you over. And I think in this one, they might actually screw you over. I'm not entirely sure, though. Okay, again, target the enemies. And, yeah, just... Then we stop the train, and... Okay. So far, so good. I think. So, yeah, target all the enemies here, the Leons. Okay, now this is the bit where I struggled in the main story. So basically, this is why I turn up the hitbox. So there's a bunch of enemies down this shaft which you want to target, which I'm typically not that good at because I usually get hit by a bomb. But yeah, just target all the kikis as you're going down. I'm usually very bad at this, but turning off the hitbox I definitely think has helped. So yeah, just target all the things on the way down and that will help. Yeah, usually I get hit by a bomb and just plummet straight down, so... Yeah, turning up the hitbox has definitely helped here, I think. Okay, no more kikis on the way down, and again, avoid getting hit by those spiky balls of doom. But yeah, turning up the hitbox has definitely helped, because I would have definitely got hit by a bomb and just plummeted straight down, if it wasn't for that, so... Okay, now it's just a case of beating Zeta. Okay, just... Same boss fight as usual, really. Right, and let's hope we got it. But again, turning up the hitbox. If you're not good at it, if you can, like if you've got mods, turn up the hitbox like me if you want to give yourself an easier time. But, yeah. And, oh, there's still one more. Where is it? Okay, where's the cannon? I'm missing the last cannon. So where is it? Oh, I think I... See it there, only just. Come on, can I please get it? Oh, but there's two more cannons. Okay, this. Yeah, I'm not too fond of this particular fight. It's a little annoying. Hopefully we got it. Not entirely sure because it's again that took a little bit longer, but you know the drill at this point. If I don't get it, I'll just cut until I get the emblem. You know the drill at this point. Hey, I think that's the platform where Amy was. I think. Bugger! Third time's a charm. And that takes care of all of the A and B levels. So we've got all of Sonic's, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, E102, and Big. So that's all of the A and B levels. So... Next time, so that's about it for the A and B levels. So, next time, we'll be going in there for the Chow Gardens. Until then, have a good day, you guys.